Hello and welcome. I wanted to put together a series of many shiurim on Sefer Yehoshua. Many years ago, around 8 years ago, I first started giving shiurim on the Sefer in the afternoon in the summertime. And after the summer ended, it never continued. And it was very enjoyable. Everyone enjoyed it. The original shiurim are on rabbibond.com on the Navi section. And that's the live shiurim in front of other people with a lot of comments. And I wanted to go through it again and write my first sefer on Sefer Yehoshua. Write a sefer. That's what I wanted to do, which requires a tremendous amount of time and energy. And I figured that it would be best if I could share it at the same time while I'm writing it for the sake of clarity. So this is the beginning of the series right over here. So today we're going to discuss an introduction to Sefer Yehoshua, right? So, first of all, Sefer Yehoshua is the first sefer in Nach, Tanach. Tanach stands for Torah, Neviyim, Uksuvim, which is the three sections of the Torah. Before we go into that more, let's just discuss what the Shor says, Revolbi, in his chalek Beis on page Kuf Yud Ches. He quotes Rabbi Eliyahu Lopeon, who says that everyone should learn at least once a week one perek in Tanakh. It's important. What's there to talk about? A person's got to know Tanakh, right? Unfortunately, it's so not focused on, and the only people who are really learning Tanakh are children in the yeshiva on a shallow level. But it's very important. And then he continues and he says, anyone who's regular to learn sefarim Mussar, such as Rabbanu Yona, Rabbanu Bechiya, the Ramchal, they learn from, could see that these rabbis, these great rabbis, learn major foundations and wondrous, awesome concepts in how to serve Hashem better from Pesukim. Pesukim not just in Torah, but also in Nach, Neviyim, and Ksuvim. And then he says that it's correct to learn Nach with the commentary, with the Targum Yonason Ben Uziel. Yonason Ben Uziel was the big student, the great talmid of Hillel Hazakin. And he says, who is like him? Mi kamohu gilo es biuri haksuvim. Who is like him who revealed to us the explanations of the Pesukim that were accepted by the Tanayim, the rabbis in the time period of the Mishnah. And he said, besides for the explanations on Nach, meaning the Mefarshim, the commentators, in addition to the commentators on Nach, we should learn on every single parsha that we're learning in Nach, the Yalkut Shemoni as well. And we should learn from over here how Chazal learned these psukim properly. Right? The Yalkut Shemoni is a sefer Medrash on Medrash. You have to learn the Midrashim to see how the rabbis, the earlier rabbis from the Tanaic time period, properly learned these psukim. And he says, yes, we should point out over here how difficult it is to learn Neviyim Reshonim. Neviyim Reshonim is Sefer Yehoshua, Shoftim, Shmuel, Aleph, Beis, Malachim, Aleph, and Beis. It's very, very difficult. Right? You could have children learning it, these areas, and you could have talmidei chachamim learning it. They're going to learn it very differently. It's like Rashi on Chumash. You could have a 7-year-old kid learning it, or you could have an advanced rabbi learning it, an advanced talmid chacham. The children are only going to understand on a superficial level about what's actually happening. Only the pshat, the simple pashat pshat, the simple explanation. But a talmid chacham, he's going to understand it much better because he's going to learn the sugyas in the Gemara, the topics in the Gemara. He's going to learn all of the midrashim, all of the commentaries. He's going to understand it much better. Because without this, you're prone, it's very likely that you are going to misinterpret, misunderstand what is actually happening. In other words, this is a very profound statement over here. A lot of people, when they learn Nach, they're just learning Pesukim. What's that doing? That's doing nothing. You're going to get twisted and distorted interpretations, and you're not going to get the right explanation. The only way to learn properly is to learn it in depth when it comes to Nach. There's a lot of cryptic episodes. For example, in Sefer Yehoshua, The stories with Rachav. What is going on over there? What is that about? The only way to properly understand that is to learn that in depth. And that's what I'm attempting to do over here and help others with as well. So that's basically his point that he says. Just to go back to that statement of Rabbi Eliyahu Lopeon, talking about learning that perek a week, there's a expression called Daf Yomi. Daf Yomi. It's a great idea. You learn one daf every single day. Baruch Hashem, that's caused many, many people to learn Torah. Had it not been for the Daf Yomi, they wouldn't have been learning. But really, the ikr is the main priority is the Yomi, not the daf. The main course, so to say, the main aspect is learning every single day, is growing every single day. Not just about flying through something. What's the point of just learning something fast and superficially and flying through it when you don't have a proper understanding? You're not going to remember it that way. The Yerushalmi says, "Hasoiver Talmudo loy b'mehiru shacheach." Someone who learns slowly his learning, he learns in depth, like the Pnei Yehoshua over there says, he learns Be'iyan loy b'mehiru shacheach. You're not going to forget it quickly. So this is one of the many reasons why learning Nach is important, but not just how it's important, but how it is fundamental and crucial to learn it properly as well. And that's why I want to write my first sefer on this topic, because it's so, so important. In the next session, which is going to be the second part of the introduction, I wanted to split them up because I've noticed that people only like, for some reason, the shorter clips. And if you put one long clip together for 45 minutes, you're going to have much fewer people than had it been split up into like 10-minute clips or something. So for the next session, we're going to discuss what do the words Tanakh mean and what's the significance behind the three areas of Torah. So stick around for part two.